My beloved child, Archangel Michael is speaking with urgency today, not from fear, but from divine love. He has been waiting for you to open this for longer than you can imagine. And now, finally, I, your Heavenly Father, am stepping in to make sure you do, because this is not just another moment in your life. This is the moment. This is going to be a very important day in your life because something is shifting right now. A person, yes, someone you have been thinking about is going through a spiritual awakening, and it's all connected to you. Their heart, which was once clouded with confusion, is beginning to open, and you need to know this before it's too late. They are about to change completely, and you were the catalyst. Do you feel that stirring in your spirit right now? That's not random. That's me. You're not here by accident. This message was divinely placed before you because there are things happening behind the scenes that will shock you, heal you, and transform everything you thought you knew. What I'm about to reveal is not just truth. It's an answer to the silent prayers you whispered when nobody was watching. And yes, Archangel Michael is standing with you right now. His sword is not drawn to harm, but to protect, to cut away every dark plan that was made to block you from receiving what is already yours. Now listen carefully, because this cannot wait. The person I am talking about has been in a battle of their own. They've been distant, confused, distracted, but not because they stopped caring. In fact, it's the opposite. They cared too much. They ran from you because they were afraid of the love they saw in your eyes. Afraid they weren't enough for someone like you. But now something is changing. The universe is echoing with signs. They are seeing numbers, dreaming strange dreams, waking up in the middle of the night with your name in their mind. They are being pulled toward you, not just emotionally, but spiritually. And there's more you don't know yet. I stop right here for a second. If you are still reading, it means your soul is aligned with this message. So I invite you now, back and index pointing right, subscribe, and let these divine messages be your guidance, because the angels have more to reveal and you don't want to miss the moment your miracle arrives. Now let's go deeper. Child. This person, the one you've silently cried for, is about to make a decision that will impact both your lives. They are not the same anymore. The pain they once ignored is forcing them to feel. They are being drawn toward you, not just to say sorry, but to say something they never dared speak before. They're going to tell you what they've hidden. They're going to tell you why they distanced themselves. They're going to say something that will leave you speechless, because it's the very thing you prayed to hear. But I must warn you, this message is time-sensitive. There are other forces trying to confuse them, delay them, and pull them away again. That's why Archangel Michael has raised the divine alarm. That's why I brought this message to you now. They may try to resist it again, but they won't succeed, because you've already been written into their destiny. And when this person arrives, and they will, I want your heart to be ready. No walls, no fear, just pure love and divine trust. I have prepared you for this. Every tear, every delay, every unanswered question, it was not a punishment. It was preparation. This person will change, but your response will decide how the story unfolds. So stay with me. Don't close this message. I am not done yet. My dear child, don't think this is just about romance. No, it's deeper than that. This is about restoration, about divine timing, about soul contracts that were written long before you came into this life. You and this person, your connection didn't begin here. It began lifetimes ago. And every time, no matter how lost you both were, you found each other again. And now it's happening once more. But this time, something is different. This time I am stepping in. I had to allow the distance. I had to let the silence happen. Because without that silence, you would have missed the sound of my voice calling you closer. You would have missed the healing that only I could give you when you were on your knees asking why they left or why they didn't fight for you. But look at you now. Still standing, still believing, still waiting. Child, I saw when you looked up at the ceiling, whispering, God, just give me one sign. This is it. This is your sign. There is no coincidence in what you are feeling right now. Heaven is aligning. The angels are moving quickly. Time is speeding up. In just a few days, this person will either step forward or lose you forever. My child, this is why the emotions you have been feeling lately have been so intense, the stress about finances, the silent worries that sit deep in your heart, and the uncertainty about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear, you are meant to move forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every single day. That is why a simple system has been placed in front of you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system, created to gently guide you out of confusion and into clarity. Each day brings you a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move ahead without pressure or overwhelm. No confusion, no chaos, just steady, faithful progress toward peace and stability. If something inside you feels ready, if you feel this moment matters, then take that first step today. This could be the moment everything finally begins to change for you. You will find the link in the description, and in the comments below. Do not ignore what has been placed in front of you this time. And as this shift begins, you will start to notice the signs more clearly. And oh, they feel it. They're restless. They're unsettled. They see you in strangers. They hear your voice in songs. They open their phones and your name appears when they weren't even searching. And when they sleep, you're there because I placed you in their dreams. But now it's not about just what they feel. It's about what they do. Will they come forward? Will they risk vulnerability for truth? Yes, because I'm about to push them. And here's what you must know. When they come, it won't be perfect. It won't be a fairy tale. They may still be shaking. They may still be afraid of losing you even as they speak. But they will try. And when they do, that will be your divine test. Will you hold on to old pain or open your arms to a new beginning? This is why Archangel Michael is urging you to open this message with your whole heart. He is not just a protector. He is a warrior of breakthrough. He stands beside those who are ready to walk into their purpose no matter the cost. You, my child, are not just someone's love story. You are someone's miracle, and that's why I chose you to carry this message today. Now take a deep breath. Something else is about to be revealed. They are talking to someone about you. Yes. Even now they've asked a friend, a family member, maybe even a stranger, do you think they'd forgive me? Do you think I still have a chance? And that person, unknowingly guided by me, told them. Go before it's too late. Do you feel the urgency? It's not fear. It's truth arriving right on time. Candle, I need you to prepare because what's coming next will change your life. Yes, my beloved child, I will continue because your heart is still open, still listening, still holding on to the thread of hope. By placed inside you. Listen carefully. There's something you haven't yet understood about this person. Something I've been protecting you from until you were ready to hear it. They didn't walk away because they stopped loving you. No, they walked away because they started loving you in a way that scared them. The depth was too overwhelming. The connection too undeniable. You reminded them of a version of themselves they had buried long ago. And being around you felt like standing in front of a mirror that reflected every unhealed wound, every abandoned dream, every fear they tried to silence. But what they didn't realize is that this mirror also showed them their strength because you believed in them even when they didn't believe in themselves. You saw something holy in them when all they saw was their shame. And now after all this time, I have turned their heart inside out. I have spoken to them in the silence. I have shown them what life without you would really look like. Not just empty, but directionless. And slowly, moment by moment, they've started to understand losing you would be the greatest regret of their life. That's why I say again, this person is going to change. Not just emotionally, but spiritually. They're stepping into alignment, and their soul is being pulled by a force greater than logic, greater than fear. That force is love. That force is me. You, child, are not forgotten. You are the reason heaven paused everything today just to speak directly to you. Because the next few hours, the next few days are sacred. If you close this message and walk away, you may miss the very answer you've cried for on the darkest nights. Do not underestimate what's at stake here. You've asked me, God, do they still care? And I say to you, they never stopped. They've just been silent. And silence is not always absence. Sometimes silence is preparation. I've been preparing them. I've been preparing you. And now I am preparing the moment where your paths will collide again. But this time with clarity. This time with truth. This time with the courage to finally say what has always been hidden in their heart. They want to tell you everything. They want to cry in your arms. They want to admit they messed up, but they never stopped praying that you'd still be there. They're coming not as the same person who left you, but as someone who has wrestled with their past, faced their shadows, and chosen the light, your light. Stay with this message. Do not scroll. Do not minimize this truth because before the sun sets today, they will think about you in a way they haven't in months, not just fondly, but urgently. They will feel an unexplainable pressure to reach out. They might hesitate. They might draft a message and delete it. But something is shifting inside them. And when it finally happens, when they finally reach out, you'll remember this moment, this message, this divine confirmation. And you'll know without a doubt, this wasn't your imagination. This was real. This was divine. This was your destiny. Waking up. And now, child, let me reveal something even deeper. Something hidden in the quiet layers of the divine plan that even you haven't yet considered. The person you love, the one whose energy you feel even when they are not near, has been secretly observing your growth. Yes, while you thought they forgot you, they were watching from a distance, not because they didn't care, but because they didn't know how to approach the powerful light you've stepped into. They saw your strength increasing, your spirit becoming more confident, and instead of celebrating it openly, they doubted themselves more. They asked me questions in their spirit like, do I even deserve them anymore? And in those moments, I answered them with dreams, with signs, with situations that pulled them back to you because what they feel for you cannot be erased. What I have placed between you and them, no distance, no mistake, no delay can truly break it. I know there were moments when you almost gave up, when you nearly convinced yourself it was over, when you decided to shut the door forever. But then something would pull you back. A memory, a dream, a sudden wave of emotion out of nowhere. That wasn't random. That was me. I've been holding both of your hearts gently, keeping the connection alive. Even when everything looked silent on the outside. And now I am no longer just whispering. I am declaring this person is going to do something unexpected, something brave, something raw and real. They are going to take a step they once swore they never could. And when they do, your life will not go back to the way it was. It will shift into something greater, something divine, something sacred. The kind of union that doesn't just come from attraction or emotion, but from divine orchestration. They will not say the words perfectly, but you will feel the sincerity in every pause, every glance, every breath they take around you. And in that moment, you will remember these very words I'm speaking to you now. But even more importantly, you must be ready. Not just emotionally, but spiritually. Because sometimes the blessing comes wrapped in vulnerability. Sometimes the person who hurt you is also the person I have chosen to heal with you. I am not asking you to ignore the past. I am asking you to rise above it, to see the growth, to feel the shift, to honor the process that brought you here. Because, child, I didn't waste your pain. I used it to shape you into someone who now knows how to love deeply and wisely. Yes, child, I will continue because your heart is still listening and heaven has more to say. You may not realize it, but your patience has been a form of silent worship. And every moment you chose to stay kind when your heart wanted to harden, every time you forgave without apology, every time you believed in love, even when it hurt, I saw it all. Nothing went unnoticed. Every tear watered the ground where your blessings are now blooming. You've been sowing in faith for so long, and now finally, it is time for the harvest. I know you've been asking when, God, when will I see the result? When will someone see my worth without me having to prove it? And I'm answering now. The person who couldn't see you before is about to open their eyes, not just with human understanding, but with divine clarity. They're going to look at you and feel a deep soul-level recognition, as if waking up from a long sleep and realizing they had a home all along and it was you. They'll remember the way you smiled even when you were tired. They'll remember how you never forced them to stay, but still made it hard for them to walk away. They'll remember the details no one else ever noticed. And in those memories, their heart will crack open. Because love like yours doesn't disappear. It waits. It grows. It transforms. And child, while you've been healing, so have they. Don't think for a moment that I've only been working on you behind closed doors in moments they would never admit. They've cried too. They've felt shame. They've missed you in ways they couldn't explain. And now I'm removing every excuse, every obstacle, every delay that kept them from you. I'm clearing the path because it's time. It's time for them to speak. It's time for them to show up. And it's time for you to receive. Not just the apology, but the effort. You won't have to chase what is already yours. And when they come, whether in person, through a message, or an unexpected moment, don't let fear talk you out of the blessing I've arranged. Yes, it will require courage to trust again. Yes, it will feel unfamiliar at first. But trust me, child, this is not a test. This is your moment. This is what you've been prepared for. And you are not alone. Archangel Michael is still beside you, sword drawn, protecting your heart as you step into the very promise I whispered over you long before you even knew how powerful your love was. So take heart, breathe deeply, and keep your spirit open. The shift is already happening. Not tomorrow, not next year, but now. Stay close. I'm not done writing your story. And now, my beloved, let me tell you something. Only heaven has known until this moment. That the love this person carries for you is not only still alive, but it has grown in your absence. It has matured. It has softened their pride and made them question every decision that led them away from you. They are beginning to realize that their silence was never strength. That staying away didn't heal them. It only showed them how empty life can feel without someone who truly sees them. And child, that someone has always been you. You have always had a gift not just to love but to see people, to see their wounds and still hold space for their beauty. And that is what terrified them, because nobody had ever loved them like that. No one had ever loved them without asking them to change first. But you did. You saw the storm in them and didn't run. You stood. You loved in the silence. You prayed in the distance. And even when you didn't get the answers you wanted, you didn't harden. That kind of love moves heaven. That kind of love is what brings divine restoration. And now I am restoring what was lost. You may think too much time has passed, that it's too late. But I am the God who redeems time. I am the one who turns delay into destiny. And I have chosen this season, this hour, this moment, because the heart I placed inside you is finally strong enough not to just receive the truth, but to carry it with grace. This person, they are not just thinking of you. They are longing for you, not in a shallow way, not in the way of temporary feelings, but in a way that shakes the soul. They are remembering every detail. The way your eyes held both storm and comfort. The way your voice softened their anger. The way your presence made them believe in something greater. And now for the first time they are wondering, what if I was wrong to let them go? But I'm not letting them wander in wonder forever. I'm already stirring their spirit. They will reach out. They will return. But this time they won't come back empty. They're bringing truth. They're bringing effort. They're bringing the kind of love you've been praying for. And when it happens, child, don't doubt it. Don't ask, is this real? Because yes, it is. It's me. It's divine timing. It's heaven responding to the love that you gave without conditions. This is not a coincidence. This is not a trick of emotion. This is the moment I promised you would come, and it's unfolding right now, quietly, beautifully, miraculously. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying, the quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, and the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system, created to gently guide you forward and bring back a sense of control and peace into your life. Each day, you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain stability step by step. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated, just small, faithful actions that slowly change your situation and your mindset. If your heart feels ready, begin today. Do not delay this moment. The link is in the description and in the comments below. This could be the moment everything begins to change for you. Let your heart remain open. Let your soul stay expectant, because what's on the way will not just restore what was, it will bless you beyond what you ever imagined. Yes, I will continue because you are still listening and your soul still hungers for the truth that only heaven can speak. So hear me now, my precious child, because what comes next will lift the veil from your eyes and show you the purpose behind every delay, every rejection, every closed door you faced while waiting for this person to return with the truth. You see, I didn't allow that silence because I wanted to punish you. I allowed it because I needed the noise of the world to quiet down so you could finally hear me. In their absence, you didn't just become stronger, you became clearer. You started hearing your own heart. You started learning what love actually feels like when it doesn't beg, when it doesn't fear, when it doesn't chase approval. You began to realize that even though you missed them, even though it hurt, you were never truly alone. I was with you, shaping you, holding you, reminding you that your value is not found in someone staying, but in knowing that you were always worth staying for. And now that you've been made whole again, now that your wounds have become windows of wisdom, I am sending this person back. Not to complete you, but to meet you where you've already completed yourself. They are going to feel something when they see you again. Something electric, something sacred, something they can't put into words. It will shake them because they'll see the glow that I placed in you, the strength in your smile, the calm in your voice, and they'll know deep in their bones. This is home. This is who they prayed for. Even when they didn't know how to ask. And even though it took time, even though it felt impossible, even though the silence made you question whether they'd ever return, I am telling you now, they are on their way. Not in theory, not in fantasy, in real life. And it may not be the way you imagined. It may come quietly, a simple message, a random encounter, a conversation that starts awkwardly but ends in tears. But it will come. And when it does, you will know it's divine, because I am not the God of coincidence. I am the God of confirmation. And this moment will confirm every sacred thing you believed in when the world told you to give up. So breathe deeply now, child. Let your heart settle. Let your fears melt in my presence. You've come too far to let doubt rob you of what's already unfolding. Trust that I've gone before you. Trust that Archangel Michael is still guarding your steps. Trust that the one who left is no longer the same. Because I didn't just bring them back. I brought them back new, transformed, ready. And you are finally ready, too. And now, beloved, lean in even closer. Because what I am about to speak is a mystery that only few ever get to witness in their lifetime. The moment where divine timing meets human readiness and miracles unfold right before your eyes. This moment is not coming to test your strength, but to reward your surrender. You've already passed the hardest part. You stayed soft when life tried to harden you. You remained kind even when the world felt unkind. You kept your heart open when it would have been easier to close it, lock it, throw away the key. And that is exactly why this blessing is being released now. Heaven has watched you wait with grace. You didn't demand. You didn't manipulate. You let go when you had to, even when it broke you. And that release, that holy painful release, became the very key that unlocked what is now headed your way. This person, the one I keep bringing to your heart again and again, has had to walk through their own wilderness. You couldn't save them from it, child, and I didn't ask you to. I needed them to learn, to awaken, to understand what love really is and what it is not. And in your absence, they finally saw it. They finally realized that what you offered wasn't just affection. It was healing. It was sacred. It was me loving them through you. And now they are waking up with one desire to find their way back to you. But more than that, to become someone worthy of standing beside you, not just in word, but in spirit. Do not be surprised if their return is emotional. Don't be shocked if they cry or struggle to speak. Because when the soul has been silenced for so long, truth doesn't always come out perfectly. But it will be real. It will be pure. And in that moment, child, I want you to do one thing. Listen. Don't interrupt. Don't question. Just listen with your heart. Because what they're about to say has been buried inside them for longer than you know. I've been stirring their spirit. I've been making them feel your absence like a burning echo. And now they're ready. Ready to speak the words they should have said long ago. Ready to take accountability. Ready to show up not just with promises, but with presence. They want to rebuild, not from the ruins of what was, but from the foundation of what could still be. This is not a cycle repeating. This is a cycle ending. A new one is beginning, and it's one I have written with my own hand. Do not fear it. Do not second guess it. Just walk into it with the peace of knowing that you are not chasing this. It's chasing you because it was always yours. And no matter how long it took, no matter how far it strayed, it is finally finding its way home. Then listen closely, child, for the words I pour into your spirit now are sacred and cannot be taken lightly. There is a moment approaching, so close now it's brushing against your timeline. A moment where your past, your prayers, and your purpose will collide. The very air will feel different. Time may feel slower or perhaps too fast, but your soul will recognize it because I've already whispered it into your dreams. I've already prepared your heart with invisible signs, soft nudges, unspoken hope. When this person, the one I've been shaping in silence, stands before you, it won't feel like something new. It will feel like remembering, like returning, like finally breathing after holding it in for far too long. You'll look at them and something deep inside will say, there you are. And they'll look at you with eyes that finally see, finally understand, finally cherish what they couldn't before. And they will be nervous, not because they don't want this, but because they don't want to lose it again. Because they know they came close. Too close. And that fear, that sacred trembling, is the evidence that they've changed. Because this time they're not thinking of themselves. They're thinking of you. They're thinking of everything you deserve, everything they failed to give, and everything they now want to offer without condition. But I need you to remember this, child. Healing is not linear, and neither is reunion. This is not about perfection. It's about divine restoration. It's about grace. It's about seeing each other through my eyes, not through the lens of past mistakes. You're not the same person who was once broken. And they're not the same person who walked away. I've been working on both of you, chiseling, softening, awakening, so that when you meet again, it won't be two unfinished people clinging out of loneliness, but two whole souls ready to build something sacred. Something stable, something born from heaven's timing, not earthly effort. And yes, people around you might not understand. They might question, but they don't need to because I know what I've written. I know what I've ordained. And I don't need human approval to bless what I've already made divine. This is your season of answered prayers. But don't look for fireworks. Look for presence. Look for effort. Look for the quiet consistency that proves this is not a return out of guilt, but out of divine clarity. When they say your name this time, it won't be out of habit. It will be with reverence. When they reach for your hand, it won't be to take. It will be to hold. When they speak, it won't be to explain the past. It will be to honor the future. I am not just returning what was lost. I am resurrecting what was meant. And that is why Archangel Michael has stood guard over your heart. That is why you were protected in the delay. That is why this message found you at this exact moment. Because everything is aligning now. Heaven is moving. The story is shifting. And this time it ends in love.